p.m. on the 3rd of July, and there's fireworks going off all over the place. I'm at my campsite right now, and check out what I got going on. Here's the driveway. There's my pop-up camper that my neighbors gave me for free. Thank you very much, guys. Here's the big Suburban, and I just cleared out all this area earlier today. The homestead is still buried in the bushes back here. The collapsed homestead. DR brush mower. I'm just doing a tent tonight, got some gas tanks. And so I'm in the middle of nowhere. There's nobody all around since all the fireworks are going off. I feel like I should just, let me get my ear pro real quick. Good morning everyone, my name is Will, and today you're watching my cabin build series. I am going to attempt to drive an 1.25" Sandpoint well in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan into the ground and pull some water up. As you can see, I'm running out of water, so let's see if we can get some, otherwise I'll die. Now this well is going to supply the cabin that I am building, so check this out. There's my water bottle symbolically marking the location of my well site, and I was able to conveniently, well, kind of conveniently, get my truck parked right over here. So I'm gonna grab the materials and get this thing started. I want to run you a quick tour of what I got in my van right now. So I actually have 6 100-watt solar panels. I've got an all-in-one solar converter and a breaker box right here, and 8 Battle-Born 100 amp hour batteries, and they're all wired up and kind of ready to go. I just disassembled it for the ride, and so I'm going to install all that stuff inside of that pop-up camper that I have over there. And so I'm going to make a pretty sweet solar camp. But there's the well stuff. Let's get it started. Let's real quick jump into the part list. I bought everything you see here from Menards. So the first things first, we have an 1.25" 36-inch long Sandpoint well drive tip. It's pretty simple. This is the driving end, and then it's got a perforated pipe that sucks in the water and sends it up. The next thing, we have 1.25" well drive pipe. These are all 60 inches long, which is 5 feet per section. We have the well drive couplers. We have a sacrificial nipple. This is the part you're going to be pounding on because it'll protect the threads on the other pipe from becoming damaged. We have a well drive cap. We're just going to pound on this part. I have a pipe joint compound, and this I'm going to be holding back about 2 threads from the end of the pipe. That way I won't taste any of this in the water once I pull it out. I have a shutoff valve that I'm just going to put at the very top. That way I can close the well so it always stays primed, and when I want water, I just open it back up, start using that pitcher pump, and it'll start flowing again. I have the pitcher pump. It is very simple. There are some leather flaps inside of there which act as check valves, and the water gets pumped and it can go up, but it can't go back down. For the tools, I have 2 pipe wrenches. I have 2 sledgehammers. One is 12 pounds and one is a full-size sledgehammer, but I don't know how much this actually weighs. I have 1 undersized post driver, and of course I have the ladder. This piece right here I'm actually going to take off. Like I said, this is the part that you drive on, and then afterwards I'm going to remove this and then screw in a new coupler. So I tightened it really well because I found with my other well, if you don't have it really tight, you're going to damage the threads on this. So you guys saw that I was driving into the sand and it was going in. And then I think I hit a rock already. So I'm just gonna pull it back up and then move over a couple feet and see if I can pound it down somewhere else. So let's try that again. So I used this drive cap on my parents' well, and it kind of just collapsed in on itself. I mean, it went through a whole different well, so we'll give this one a break. I have an extra one, luckily. I hit a rock again at the same elevation, or maybe the same rock, maybe it's a huge boulder, which is pretty common up here. But the health department said that the bedrock is anywhere from typically about 25 to 30 feet down, so in this area. So I'm gonna try and like move it one more time. This time I couldn't pull it out by hand, and so I had to get out the car jack. Came prepared. So this is how you pull these bad boys out if you can't do it by hand. The car jack worked like a charm, but I still hit rock twice. So I'm gonna try moving this whole operation maybe 25, 30 feet over here and try it one more time over here. I took a little break because it was raining really hard, and I came back, hit it with the sledgehammer a couple times, and I've got really bad news for our well drive attempt. So the pipe, it broke off. So that's the end of our well tip, just ripped off of there. So we're out of luck for this one. I'm gonna need to get a new Sandpoint and try again. I wasn't really beating on it that hard. I was hitting it with a sledgehammer, but that's what it's made for. So I'm not sure why it broke. Maybe it's just some like really cheap crap manufactured abroad. But I'm gonna hit it with this sledgehammer and see if I can get it to go down further, or if I'm hitting rock or what. Looks like we're hitting rock. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this guy up and then maybe try it in some other places and see if I keep hitting rock. So maybe there is a sheet of bedrock, 2 feet below the ground. I drove this Sandpoint well tip right here, which is about 40 feet from my original site, 20 feet from the other one, and I was able to drive it all the way down to right here, and then I put my pipe wrench on there and jacked it back out with the car jack. So I could potentially drive here. I don't know what happened. I don't know if this is just cheap because it's manufactured abroad or what happened, but I'm gonna try it again. I'm going to call some companies in town and see if I can find another one right now and see if I can finish it today. Otherwise, I know Tractor Supply Co. gets them in on Thursday, and I'll give it another shot later this week. Here's the old homestead that is hanging out on the property. It is a collapsed house right now. I heard from my neighbor that when he was a little kid, so maybe, let's say 28 years ago, 30 years ago, something like that, that it was still standing, and he used to play in it when he was a little kid. Check out this apple tree. There's some little baby apples growing, and I'm gonna really enjoy those this fall when my girlfriend makes apple pie. The old camper's getting set up maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna strip out all the old cushions from it and then set up the electrical system inside of there. So it'll be the home for the off-grid electrical camp. And then over here, I've got the tent, the brush mower, and then the car's hanging out. So the brush mower, something bad happened to it. This pulley right here, this one right here, it broke at the weld all the way around. And so this actually spins free of this right now. So I had to order a new part. It was 28 bucks, but it sets me back. I can't use that machine for a couple days, which sucks, but you know, I'll have to deal with it. Right now, it's just really wet, just raining, and I am completely rested. I'm ready to go. So I think I'm gonna break out a 20 by 30 tarp, and I'm gonna make a big, giant like tarp camp over here and set up something that keeps me dry.